We got the go live. It's looking my way. We always do this a little bit. All right. Now we're going to go to Anthony. There we go. Now we're going to get our camera angle just right. All right.
There we go. Want some help?
There you go.
All right. Look, people are still coming in the room. So we got 19.
So.
We got 19 people now.
Cool.
All right. Here we go.
We down?
We down. We up.
Let's go, man.
We live. Here we go.
Live.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers
to and everybody out there.
Cheers to you guys.
You know what? A bunch of people tell me that they drink with us.
Mm-hmm.
They said when we do these, they go, oh, we don't always drink beer, but we pour ourselves a little bit of scotch, or we pour some whiskey, or we make cocktails.
Yeah.
They go, we drink right along with you.
All right. Are we live? Let's see. I just went on back to the one. It says 38 people, 6 likes.
Somebody likes this.
Mm-hmm. One. It's live. I am looking at time. Yeah, we're looking at time.
Oh, okay.
So the old room's live?
No, you refreshed the old room.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so everyone's in the same place.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I can get back to it.
Here we go.
We're good, Tanya. We're good.
Show's over.
Okay, well, I'm trying to load this.
Okay, well, I'm done. I got to go.
Oh, look. I can see. Big Tennessee hello, LVA. You're live.
Good.
You are live. Thanks, Tony. All right. Here, let me get the thing right. And then, oh, whose beer am I drinking?
I don't know.
Mike?
Oh, is that your beer?
That's okay.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right.
No.
Whew. All right.
right.
Well, that was no stress at all. Jeez. Sometimes
It never goes easy, does it?
Yeah.
I mean, have we ever had one that easily goes?
It's always something.
Okay, so we were talking before. Could they hear us or no?
I don't know.
Probably not.
We'll find out in the comments once we get that up.
Yeah. So we're going to need that. Thank you. Anyway, okay. So we were saying, kind of the cool thing we found out is that people drink with us
Yeah.
as we go. I've had a bunch of people come up and say, "Well, I don't necessarily have beer, but I'll pour some wine, or I'll pour some gin, or I'll pour some scotch, or whatever."
Yeah.
So that's cool. Everybody who's out there having a drink, that's what we're supposed to do on a Friday, right? After we work hard.
No, we met a husband and wife team, and he said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm having a beer. Come have a beer with the boys." You know, so it's cool.
Exactly. So here's to everybody out there. We'll be filling up a few times, I think, as we go.
I hope so. I'm thirsty today. It's Thirsty Friday. You got Taco Tuesday. This is Thirsty Friday.
Oh, well, now it makes sense. Okay, now I get it.
There we go.
Okay, cool. So we'll go back to where we were. We're going to start off with yesterday's tournament, right?
Yeah. I wonder when the live stream actually started. I don't know.
It doesn't matter, but we'll see. It doesn't matter. We didn't really tell say anything about it. All right. So this is the finals of the Blackjack tournament on Thursday.
Yes. Okay. So yesterday we're at the finals, Blackjack tournament.
Right.
And you make the final table.
I'm on the final table.
Yep.
And I end up taking second.
Okay.
Because I was outplayed.
Yes.
I was outplayed
by the great Anthony Curtis, Blackjack Hall of Famer. Was outplayed.
I was outplayed by a lady that I've seen around.
Okay.
We'll say a young lady that I've seen around.
Okay.
And she was very quiet,
mm-hmm.
very timid, and I tried talking to her a little bit, and she was just very quiet. But boy, did she make a play on me.
She knew how to play.
She did. So let me tell you what happened.
Okay, right? Yeah. Tell everybody what happened
yesterday.
We're going.
We get to the final hand, 10 hands, right?
Yeah.
Now I have to bet second. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's really near the front. So I've got to create a lead. The lady I'm talking about was betting first. She was in even worse position than me, which makes this even more impressive. And the rule is when you've got bad betting position on the end, you have to try to get out in the lead.
Right.
All right, if you're trying to win, and then you make a bet that covers second place. If second place goes all in, whoever's behind you, if they go all in, you make a bet that if you win, you still win. You cover them. All right, so she bets in front of me, and she bets half her bankroll, mm-hmm. which I did not expect her to do. which I thought I'd get cute then. So instead of covering her, I should have made a $23,000 bet. I bet 15,000
Okay.
because it did a couple of other things for me.
Uh-huh.
So, but instead of what I didn't realize is that she really knew what she was doing. She actually made a play that I've used many, many times when I'm in that position.
Yeah.
Which is you bet half your bankroll with the knowledge that you are going to double down or split anything if you have to.
That's right.
All right. So she takes a chance that she can swing me.
Uh-huh.
Meaning that she gets a good hand and wins, and I get a bad hand and lose, and she passes me. But if she can't swing me, she's got to pass me.
Mm-hmm.
So now I did not bet enough to cover her. She goes all in with everything.
Yes.
And damn, that's not what she did, right?
Because she was dealt.
She was dealt a 20, two tens.
Yeah.
I was dealt a 20, two tens.
Okay.
She can't beat me unless she splits and beats me.
Yes.
She splits her tens.
Okay.
All right. She gets an ace on the first one.
Blackjack.
21.
Yeah.
She gets a 10 on the second one.
Oh.
And now I'm sitting
20.
there just kicking myself going, oh man, now I've got to split my 20.
Right.
I've got tens. I get a 10 on the first one.
Yeah.
And a 9 on the second one.
Yeah.
All right. So she's got 21-20. I got 20-19. All right. I'm still in great shape.
Sure.
The only way she beats me is if the dealer draws a 19 or 20.
And what does the dealer get?
Dealer draws a 19. Boom.
Ah.
She wins it. I take second.
Yeah.
And I'm shocked. And I'm stunned. And I lean over to her and I go, how'd you get so good?
Yeah.
Right. And she says, whispers real quiet. She goes, I've been doing this a long time.
That's funny.
So, you know what? I wish I'd have gotten her name. I
Yeah.
didn't get her name, but, if she's watching and, I'll tell her next week, hats off to you. It was a great final hand. Everybody was around watching. Everybody was like, she and I knew what was going on. I don't know if everybody else knew what was going on, but she did me in.
Everybody was talking about it, and I was a spectator. So there were about 3 rows of people around the blackjack table kind of watching. And it's hard to see. And, maybe next week when we do a filmed, edited episode, I got a good picture of you at that final table. So maybe that's something we'll put up.
Well, you know what? I learned, not that I knew this play, but I learned to watch for this play.
Yeah.
You can't underestimate anybody. That she was setting me up. She set me up.
Yeah. Well, it was funny also, yesterday I was, hanging out with you after, and, for a while after, Anthony was just going, man, I can't believe it. Was
Don't tell him what I called her. No.
Well, you said I can't believe I got outplayed. It was amazing. It was amazing to watch.
That's the funny thing. I always say, look, I played so many of these that when it comes down to the final hand, there's a lot of play on the final hand. The betting is very important, but there's also a lot of play.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll be able to outplay most people.
Sure.
But she outplayed me.
It's incredible.
And
you learned.
Yeah.
So you learned, and you said this is something I've known, but it's like I reminded myself, because you said there was a time when I played all the time. Like this would have never happened.
Well, ready for the next one. And congratulations to her.
Yeah.
And everyone, this Thursday Blackjack and Video Poker Tournament at the Downtown Grand is just turning out to be so cool.
Oh, it's so much fun.
LVA people everywhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes everybody who's left playing, they're all LVA.
Yeah.
And all talking to one another, and it's cool. So if you get a chance, come down on a Thursday at 3:00.
It's always fun. I had a guy come up to me yesterday. He goes, I didn't like you. I didn't like you when you first started making videos. He's like, but now I like you.
Well, I don't even like
I grew on you.
I don't even like you stuff.
It's so funny. So, you meet great people, and, I've won the video poker tournament 4 times now. So every time I go, I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it again. I pump myself up. But we both got smoked yesterday.
Yeah, video poker. Yeah, we didn't do much. So what do we got? What do we got here? Any questions? Anything interesting? I couldn't hear you until a minute ago or so. Congrats on your stack 'em poker winning, Andrew. That's you.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That Stack 'em High poker, they got it at Resorts World. That's the only one that I see in town. So if anybody knows where to play Stack 'em High, even at a cheaper denom than 10 cents, it's a lot of fun. But you got to get those 2 aces in order to stack them high. And
all right, well, here's one. It says, Anthony, do you still play any Hold'em tourneys specifically? I hardly ever did play Hold'em tournaments. And,
really?
Yeah, I'm kind of famous for talk about all my gaffes here in this thing. I played in the World Series of Poker one time.
Yeah.
I only played it one time because I don't consider myself a poker expert of that level, right? And I played in the main event one time, the $10,000 buy-in. I actually won my way in. And I famously played on the ESPN table with Daniel Negreanu was on that table, and Sammy Farha was on that table.
Right.
And Farha and I got into a one-on-one thing, one-on-one heads up. We got a heads up. And he gutted me on that. He gutted me on it because I made a funny play. I had aces,
Yeah.
and I've taken crap. I misplayed the aces somewhat. A lot of people argue that I really misplayed them. A lot of people say no, you didn't. There was a lot going on there, but I would say yeah, I did misplay those, and I just don't feel that I'm that qualified to play for big money in poker. So no, the answer to that is no. I hardly, unless I'm fooling around on a Friday night at a $50, $25 buy-in. I don't do it. It's for me. It's blackjack,
Right.
blackjack tournaments, or where I go, or other things like craps or baccarat, or sports betting. Those sorts of things I play. Poker, I don't feel good there.
Now, I want to tell you, because of that story, the Sammy Farha story, somebody commented on it on one of our videos. They said something about it.
Making fun of me.
Yeah, maybe like a year ago, maybe, I can't remember what it was. So what I did, I don't know if I ever told you this, but what I did was I went to YouTube. I went looking for it. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't find it, and then I forgot to tell you. So I want to watch it.
Yeah. Well, it's out there on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
I looked for it. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, people who want to goad me, right? People who want to goad me, they bring that up a lot. But
Yeah.
I always defend myself, going, yeah, it was misplayed, but not to the degree that a lot of people think it was. There's a lot of nuance going on in that particular hand. But anyway, no, yeah, that's so. I misplayed blackjack and I misplayed poker. What's next? What else can I do?
Well, that's the thing. You can't win if you don't play, and you can't learn to get better if you don't make mistakes, right? So,
well, I'm on the ESPN table. I'm on the table where everybody all over the world is watching.
Right.
I'm like, oh, boy.
No pressure there,
Yeah,
right? With Daniel Negreanu, he doesn't know what he's doing, right? He's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't get inside your head at all.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I made the bet, Negreanu stood up and he said, "Who did that?
Yeah.
Who made that bet? Like, what a stupid bet." Oh well, whatever. I'll stay where I belong. I'll stay in my lane, as they say, right? Okay. Well, speaking of, just a couple of things for us to discuss. Resort fees. Our last video, we talked about the resort fees going through 50.
People were interested in that video.
Interested? Oh my gosh! I mean, there were so many comments. There were like 200 comments. We typically get about 100 comments.
Yeah.
We got double. One of them, and here was like the main thing. We talked about resort fees being almost impossible to get out of, and a lot of people came back with something like this. You stated there was no way to get out of resort fees in Vegas. That's not accurate. If you have certain reward cards, for example, gold. In M Life, they waive the RF. Diamond for Caesars, they waive the fee, etc. You should make that correction on your show. We did make that stipulation. We said, there are people who can, if you're a high roller or you have certain cards and things, you can. But what we said was the average person who tries to talk themselves out of the resort fees, it just ain't going to happen.
Right.
It just isn't.
And when I lived in California, I would come here all the time because it's just a 4-hour drive. And I would always stay at Caesars properties, and I didn't even gamble like that much, but I would get comp rooms, especially during the weekdays. And it was like, you just pay the $40 resort fee. And it's like, so what? I think in those days, everything was like $38.
Yeah.
$40.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, in certain places, they'll do it for comps and certain won't, and then people say, well, I get comped and I don't pay it. Well, that's what you said. Some do and some don't. So the thing about resort fees is there's rarefied air where some people are not going to have to pay them. For most of us, for 95%, 98%, you're going to have to pay the resort fee.
Yeah.
All right. So then we get another comment on that I wanted to bring up. It says, the funny thing about resort fees is that they really don't matter. If resort fees disappeared tomorrow, everyone would still pay the same amount. A $100 room with $50 resort fee would become a $150 room without resort fees. And that's the other point we made.
Yeah.
Is that you have to think of the resort fee as the room charge. That's it. Just take a look at it and say, are you willing to pay $150, as in this example? Are you willing to pay $40 plus 45 or 85? Are you willing to pay that for the room? That's the way you're supposed to look at it.
Yeah.
So anyway, all of you who chimed in on that, thank you. I got a lot of good information out of that, just reading the comments of places that do and places that don't.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It was cool to see.
I do want to say, who says, somebody says I look thirsty. The guy in the black looks thirsty. You're right.
That's what you already said that. You said that before. Yeah, you said that before.
It's Thirsty Friday.
The guy in the black. What else we got here? Anthony, I was watching Las Vegas on Peacock. Did you make an appearance on the show? Peacock.
NBC.
Yeah. But I mean, they've got a special streaming thing called Peacock. And I don't think I was. What was this for? Watching? Oh, Las Vegas, the show he's talking about. No, hell no, I was never on that show. I was on like every show that had to do with Travel Channel or Learning Channel and Discovery and all of that. I was on every one of those, but no, never anything like that. What's that?
Do you have any roulette books on your website that you could recommend?
Do we have any roulette books? The closest thing we have to a roulette book would be the newest one, Gambling 102, where Mike Shackelford talks about roulette and the differences in playing. Now, the fact about roulette is, if you're playing on the square, as we say, just playing roulette, there's no way to beat it.
Yeah.
I've talked about this before. The games that we concentrate on are beatable games.
Right.
So that would be blackjack, poker, video poker, sports betting, and race betting, horse racing. The other ones, they're not under, unless certain conditions, like it's either a tournament, you've got a coupon, you've got, whatever.
Right.
There's no way to beat those games, and roulette falls into that category.
Well, you said roulette has a very high house advantage compared to some of those other games.
It pretty much does. I mean, a regular 5.26 on a regular single zero.
Yeah.
Now they're going to triple zeros, which is like 7.69.
That's what I was going to say. If you're walking through Vegas now, you're going to see 3 green zeros on those roulette tables, and that's really bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you can find a single zero roulette, that's 2.7, so that's not too bad. Now, what this person, what the questioner might be asking about is, there are ways to beat roulette through physics. All right, this is, people were clocking wheels and people were finding biased wheels and things like that for years and years and years. We have books that talk about that, but we don't have a book that goes into all of it. There's a great book called The Eudaimonic Pie. Eudaimonic Pie, EUD, whatever.
Yeah.
And it goes into the whole story about a guy named Doyne Farmer and his group that put together computers to beat the wheel through physics and stuff.
Interesting.
And there's another one called Beat the Wheel or Beating the Wheel by Russell Barnhart.
Okay.
It has all these great stories about roulette. I wish I'd published those books, but there's nothing much else to say. There's no strategy. There's nothing you can do but plunk your money down and hope.
Right. Well, what these guys did, I think, if I remember correctly, what these guys did is they tracked certain games that were like older, that may have had certain.
That's bias. All right, that's called bias. There's prediction and bias.
Okay.
All right, prediction is when you actually use a computer, or even some say you can do it with the naked eye. I don't think so. I mean, but I know guys that swear they can, and that's called prediction, where you're able to clock the wheel and use physics to say it's going to fall in this quadrant, so the odds have been diminished. Or the other is. That you said is called bias.
Right.
And that means that a wheel's been spinning for years, months, if not years, and certain frets get worn down, or there's something tilted about that wheel. And if you gather enough information about it, you can detect where that bias lies.
Right.
All right. So there's a lot going on with roulette, but unless you get into that real technical thing, there's not a lot you can say. So we don't have any books really about it. But Gambling 102 has a nice chapter on roulette, which talks about the differences in singles and doubles and things like that.
Right, but also I know that you hope that this conversation doesn't spawn like somebody and his wife like coming to town going, well, this one's hit 22 a lot of times. This one's hit black 35. I think I figured it out.
Well, with prediction, you have to have thousands and thousands of trials.
I imagine,
and like these books that I just talked about will explain that.
Yeah.
And there's another book by Alan Wilson, which really gets into how the bias wheels work and how many trials you have to have. And that was called The Casino Gambler's Guide.
Okay.
So anyway, there's your answer to roulette.
Okay. Very cool.
Okay, here's another one. Here's another shot at us. A guy says, maybe a gondola like at a ski resort?
Oh, yeah.
You know what that's from, right?
From last week, yeah.
Because we were talking about they're putting the thing up on the mountain, the volcano.
At the mirage.
And there's going to be a gondola, I call it, or a gondola, right?
And I was thinking about me
too. And I'm going, well, there's no water up there, whatever. And people are going, it's at a ski resort, man.
Yeah, a ski resort gondola. And I should have known that because as a kid, we used to go to Mammoth. Me and my group of friends, we would go to Mammoth, and they had gondolas to get you to the top. And we'd like joints, and we call them the gondolas.
All right, that's cool. That's good. All right.
Somebody was asking about a book about horse racing for like intermediate horse race.
Horse racing. We don't, even though I just mentioned that as one of the beatable games, we don't have a book precisely on horse racing. And one of the main reasons is it's so technical. And it's the one thing of all those things I discussed that I have absolutely no expertise in. Right. I don't understand it at all.
Right.
The horse racing guy is a guy named Barry Meadow.
Okay.
All right. Anything by Barry Meadow what's his name? His book's called Profits at the Racetrack or something like that.
Mhm.
Anything by Barry Meadow is terrific.
Okay.
Barry actually did a book for us called Blackjack Autumn, because Barry's an expert blackjack player as well.
Mhm.
Blackjack Autumn might be my favorite blackjack book ever.
Really?
It's so good.
What do you like about it?
Well, Barry was a stand-up comic.
Really?
You are a stand-up comic. Barry
Yeah.
was a stand-up comic, and there's so much. Barry's an expert player and gambler, and an expert blackjack player, but
Mhm.
he infuses just a lot of fun and levity into this book, Blackjack Autumn. What he does in Blackjack Autumn is he decides that he's going to go around Nevada
Uh-huh.
and play in every single casino in Nevada that has blackjack.
Oh, wow.
And he does. So now this book is 20 years old,
Mhm.
25 years old, something like that. So it's way different then than it is now.
He's got some of the older casinos. And
Yeah,
like,
I think the subtitle is something like splitting, something like Raising Hell and Splitting Tens in Winnemucca.
That's
Something
hilarious.
like that.
That's funny.
But I mean, that book literally made me laugh and almost cry. I
Yeah.
mean, almost cry on a few times where he was talking about his son and things like that. Blackjack Autumn, terrific read. But Barry Meadow,
Mhm.
also, if you want to read about horse racing, find Barry Meadow and read his books.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, there was another blackjack book that you were talking about where, a group of guys go across the country and they
Yeah,
try to.
That was the Blackjack Insiders,
Right.
right? And that was that was our book that we published.
That's one that you published not too long ago.
Yeah, those are two pit bosses
Mhm.
that decided to learn how to count cards. And instead of catching card counters, they would go play and not get caught as card counters. And their edge here was, they learned to play very well, but they also knew what was going on in the pit. They understood when they were getting heat, as
Right.
they say, because they'd done it.
Now, see, I think
Right.
that's a cool book.
It is a cool book.
Yeah.
It's a very good book and a
Yeah.
very good read.
Yeah.
And they were expert players, and but what they had that other people didn't is they knew what was going on inside. Every time they saw a phone call made, every time they saw a discussion, they knew what was going on.
Wow. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
that was
one I'll have
Andrew
to
Andrew
check
you
out.
all wrote that book.
That's right. Let's see. Is Circa hurting? I'm a 300 to 500 craps buy-in player and now receiving comp offers, free play.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think Circa is hurting. I think that the gravy train in Las Vegas that Vegas has felt, and really casinos everywhere in the United States especially have felt since the pandemic,
Interesting.
is
Yeah.
starting to dry up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, there was an article that came out. I can't remember in one of the trades, one of the casino trade magazines that was saying that there was like 11 straight quarters of profits.
Oh,
So
more than that.
Yeah.
They've been going absolutely crazy. They have something
Yeah.
like 32 consecutive months with more than $1 billion in winnings.
Mhm.
Like
holy crap.
billion used to be hard to get to, and now they've had like 32 consecutive months. And
Wow.
I think what's going on, we're starting to see this a little bit in a bunch of different areas, that the casinos are starting to
Yeah. Just put it to voicemail. Oh my goodness.
where was I forgot something just like went off in the background there. But the basic strategy was always in Vegas, it was like opposite of what you would do with junk mail,
Mhm.
right? You didn't want to sign up for things because you didn't want junk mail.
Mhm.
So don't give anybody your name, don't give anything, because you're going to get, don't sign up for anything because you're going to get called to vote, or, I mean to do jury duty or something like that. But in Vegas, it's always been completely different. You want to sign up for everything you can, because when times start to get harder for the casinos, they then revert to lower, they go farther and farther down their mail lists.
Mhm.
So I would answer this customer just saying, it's maybe starting to dry up a little bit for everybody,
Mhm.
and they're doing what is the usual standard operating procedure, which is to promote to their mail list more.
Right. Go down to their second tier players, their
Yeah.
third tier players.
And you're no piker. What does this guy say? 300 to 500 crap?
Yeah, he's buying in 300 to 500. That's a lot.
That's a good game. That's a good gambler, man. That's
Yeah.
a good, solid gambler, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's not saying 300 a hand. He's saying he's buying in for 300 to 500.
That's right.
That's
I
a
don't
good-
buy in for that much.
That's a good gambler. That's a good gambler. You
Absolutely.
deserve to get
Get some
to
comps,
off.
get some free drinks. That's one of the things I love about playing craps is that, you can sit around at the craps table, and if you're just playing pretty conservatively, just betting the 6 or
yeah.
the 8 or just playing the pass line or whatever, you can sit there for a while, have a lot of fun, not win too much, not lose too much.
Craps is a great game.
It really is.
And fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Richard Jacobs. Some guy said a roulette dealer can throw a ball certainly. It would land on the same numbers every time or close to it. This is Munchkin getting on my case because Munchkin and I have always had this argument about if the dealers can control. We're back to roulette. We're talking about something they call dealer signature.
Okay.
Meaning that either the dealer can hit a number because they get so used to doing it, or they get so used to doing everything the same way that you can start predicting what the dealer's going to do.
Yeah.
Munchkin, which is one of the smartest gambling minds I've ever met.
Okay.
I mean, literally, top 3 easy, right? But I don't agree. He thinks it's absolutely possible because he was a roulette dealer, and he said he could do it.
I didn't realize he was a roulette dealer.
No, he came up. That's why Munchkin's so good at so many things, because he really understands the math and science of it, but he also came up through the trenches and he knows how all it works, you know.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but he swears, and I've never disagreed with him on anything except this one thing, and we keep arguing. So I think he set me up on that one.
That's funny. That is funny. I love the Downtown Grand. Do you guys get any money for promoting them? Hopefully you do. Just curious. I know the answer to that.
Yeah, the answer
No,
is no.
we don't get a dime.
No, we don't, and we don't get. We don't even get comped.
No,
You
we
know,
buy in every week for those tournaments.
We buy in for the tournaments. We pay for our food.
Yeah.
We qualify for parking.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
we get our $5 free play every week.
You do.
I do. I get my $5 free play every week that I go.
I don't. But I don't play enough, I guess. But no, we don't. We do it because we think they're great.
Yeah.
And you know, that's what we do. We look for great stuff. So speaking of great stuff.
Yes, let's talk about the book.
Member Rewards book is in, everybody.
Here it is, 2024.
It just came in. Tanya, how many boxes do we have back there? Lots and lots of boxes of.
Yeah, at least 20.
Only 20. That's it. We had more than that. The Member Rewards book is in. We've talked about this before. It's an excellent. It's great. We love it this year. I mean, here's a list of things that are in it.
Yeah.
All these different things. And we're not even talking about the Member Rewards Online that we're now bringing in.
Well, let's talk about Member Rewards Online for a second, because there was one comment that I think we both saw.
I have it right here.
And yeah.
Here's a comment. No Palms Buffet in the new book. Bummer.
Yeah.
Well,
that's not true.
Well,
it is true.
It's not. It's not in the book.
Yeah.
But it's in Member Rewards Online.
Yeah.
Which is the adjunct. It's the thing we do with the book. We do the book every year because everyone loves the book and they want to hold the book and carry the book and do the book. They don't want to have to go online to download stuff. I would love it if all the coupons were downloadable.
Okay.
And, whatever. And then we wouldn't have to fuss with deadlines and things like this with this book. But that's not, the way it is yet. Not everyone's doing it. But Member Rewards Online, very easy. You go to our website as a member once you've signed up, and you download the coupons there that you want. And the Palms 50% off or 2 for 1 for all their buffets, including the lobster buffet.
That's right.
Including the crab buffet.
That's right, which is Friday. It's
all there. It's downloadable. You take it to the cashier, and boom, you get half off. I mean, so that right there, that's a if it's a 2 for 1, it's a $70 coupon.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I've done that crab leg buffet. It's fantastic. This year in this book, I am going to do the lobster buffet.
Yeah, for sure. I've heard that the lobster buffet, the lines are diminishing for that. They used to be, you'd have to wait all afternoon. I need to go check it out, but I've had some people that I trust that are out there saying the lines have been very, very short. Right?
Well,
they've been very short.
I've done the buffet a few times. I've done the crab buffet once when I used the coupon last year, and then I've done the regular buffet, and it's a fantastic buffet at the Palms.
Yeah, and that we've been waiting on that. Just so everybody knows, if you remember now, it's up. We waited for them. We had to wait for them to give us the okay because they had to figure out how they transitioned from the book to the online.
Right.
But it's up. It's online. You can use it today.
Yeah.
And go do it. And speaking of MROs, Member Rewards Online, this has got the potential to be something really great. The Rio, we're talking with the Rio right now. We'll talk about the Rio in just a second. The Rio, the other coupon that everybody loves in the Member Rewards book is the 5 days with no resort fees at the Downtown Grand. So they waive the resort fees for up to 5 days. It can be very valuable, right?
Especially if you're going to stay there for 5 days.
Well,
Take
yeah,
full advantage of
even
you
one
know.
day, But
Yeah.
I mean, the Rio has an offer in the member rewards book for 30% off the hotel rate there.
Mhm.
But now in member rewards online, and I can't say for certain this is going to happen, but it's almost done. It's 90% of the way there. They're trying to figure out how they've worked it into their system. They want to make that same 30% off the room rate and no resort fee.
Oh, wow.
So you're going to have a choice. You're going to be able to do downtown at the Downtown Grand, no resort fee, or the Rio with no resort fee, right near the Strip. And that's going to be an amazing. I mean, you're going to get 30% off the base rate,
Yeah,
and no resort fee.
well, and at the Rio, you got Penn and Teller. They're recently renovating it, and I love that somebody in the comments was like reinforcing what I said on the show. Is like the Rio's great because you can walk to the Palms and the Gold Coast.
Yeah, and you literally could walk to the Strip.
Mm-hmm.
I see it all the time. I mean, I'm not recommending it.
I'm not recommending that either.
But there are people that walk over the freeway.
The bridge, yeah, you just walk over.
Yeah.
If you're from out of town and you're ready to walk, like if you're a New Yorker, like that's nothing. You walk over the freeway.
Well,
no big deal.
Here's the thing about the Rio. When the Rio opened in like around 1990 or 1991,
Yeah,
it opened right after the Mirage, and the Mirage was the change of the flip of the switch of the new Las Vegas, right? And then the Rio came along, and the Rio was every bit the Mirage,
right,
and more.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rio was one of the coolest damn casinos in the world at that time. It was owned by Marnell, the Marnell, construction company. Tony Marnell built it. It was privately owned, and they had the Ipanema girls, the most beautiful cocktail waitresses in Vegas. They had the first club, which is Club Rio, which turned into all these different, what we have with all the clubs, Tao, and all this kind of stuff. And the Rio was an amazing place, and then it got sold and taken over by Harrah's, which became Caesars, and damn if they didn't just run it to the ground. They did. And now the Rio's got this, it was real sweet. So every room was like a suite.
that's right.
Right?
Yeah,
Well, it's still there.
Yeah.
It's still all there. And now you've got a new company called Dreamscape that has taken it over. They're putting $350 million into it. They've already, if you look at the outside of it, we can see it from our office. The outside where all the lights were missing, it looked like crap, right? It's beautiful now.
Yeah.
It looks like a fireworks show out there, with what they've done already on the exterior. So, man, don't sleep on the Rio, or do sleep on the Rio. Do sleep at the Rio.
Sleep at the Rio.
Because there's
in a suite.
Yeah, a great opportunity here. Well, they are trying to bring it back to, restore its former, glory, I reckon.
And by the way, this is an insider one, but at the Rio, because I've stayed there a bunch of times, if nothing's changed, the water pressure is pretty good in the shower, and that's a big plus when you're going to stay at a hotel.
Okay, what else we got?
Somebody was asking me to recommend comedy clubs. I always recommend Wise Guys. There's one Town Square. There's one right here on Main Street, the Arts District. Go check out the Arts District if you're coming to Vegas and you've never been. Also, the LA Comedy Club at the Strat. The 10 p.m. show with Butch Bradley is one of the best in town.
Look,
great.
I just saw you at Kimmel's.
At Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club at the Link is another great place to go.
Andrew just performed at Kimmel's. I went and saw him, and I was underwhelmed with Kimmel's.
Yeah.
I liked you, but I was underwhelmed with Kimmel's as a place.
Well, what'd you think? Yeah.
I thought Wise Guys was way better.
Yeah.
I really, I haven't been to the new Wise Guys, but I thought the downtown Wise Guys I had way more fun. I just felt like more of an atmosphere at downtown Wise Guys than I did with Kimmel.
Yeah, downtown Wise Guys is a little bit darker. It's a little bit
something about it. It's got the right vibe, right?
Downtown Wise Guys does have a vibe that's it's kind of unmistakable, especially like on a Friday night or a Saturday night when they get in some of those great headliners. I mean, there's nothing like Wise Guys in Vegas, especially because it's one of the only casinos that's not on the Strip.
All right.
One of the only casinos that's not connected to a casino.
All right. What are these things?
Oh, wow. Thank you for T.O. Wildcat is sending us a super chat. Thanks for the great info every week. In April, we used our coupon lobster buffet and we waited 30 minutes after being told it would be over 2 hours. So that's a win.
All right, good. That's a good thing.
All right.
And,
by the way,
these guys sent us a beer or something.
Yeah, they sent us a $5 super chat. So thank you. That's one way we get seen. That one really sticks out.
I love it.
Yeah. So thank you. Beer on you.
Okay, so here's one. My parents loved Rio back when it opened. Yeah, it was great. Here's another one. I've been following LVA for 20 years, going to gamble with Anthony at some point. Hell yeah. Just come to downtown Grand, man, on Thursday, and you're going to gamble with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Teach me a lesson like the young lady did the other day. Teach me a lesson, damn it. I've
learned a lot of lessons at the downtown Grand. I mean, it's really like the more you play, the more you start to absorb this stuff. Because I'm a gaming enthusiast. You're a gaming expert in your area, and
an enthusiast.
Absolutely. And I've learned a lot. I've learned a tremendous amount.
Well, all you got to do is practice for about 40 years, and you'll be great.
Yeah, I know, and that's the other thing. I still think I'm dumb when it comes to gambling. Like I don't know what
All right, what else we got here?
Let's see. I used to take the Bally's bus. Is the Dirty at 12:30 at South Point a good time? It's a great time.
Oh, it's great.
The Dirty at 12:30 is, especially if you're like a Las Vegas local, Dirty at 12:30. It's a great time. I hope to get on that show.
But wait a minute, we don't like South Point anymore.
Oh, that's right. They pulled their coupons.
They pulled their coupons on us.
But we can't talk crap about Dirty at 12:30. It's a great show, but South Point, we wish that South Point would do a coupon. Like, come on.
They pulled their they had for years they had the breakfast coupon. For the 2 for 1 on their buffet. And this year they truly flipped us a bird.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried talking to everybody there. I talked to their GM. I tried talking to Michael Gahn himself.
Uh-huh.
And they just said, "Screw you. We're not interested."
One coupon, guys. I mean,
they went the route of Station and Boyd.
Yeah.
And said, "You know what? No, we don't want your people." That's what they said. So you know what? We promote South Point all the time. It's really hard not to. They're very good. I wish they were in the program, but I can't really promote them that much when they don't want us. It's a hard time for me to do. But I do agree. The Dirty is a good show.
The Dirty at 12:30 is a great show. And then, by the way, the other good thing about that is that if you go to the show, you can get that good, inexpensive steak dinner afterwards. It's the steak and eggs. I know, it's a great deal, guys. Just do a coupon with us.
Quit promoting the South Point. God's sake. And they're good video poker, and they also have a shrimp cocktail later. All right.
There are reasons to go.
We're not going to be petty like them.
That's right.
Even though they won't work with us, we're still going to say what's good about them. It is one of the best casinos in Vegas. It really is.
Will you give them a shot to do a coupon in 2025?
No, they can't work with us.
Too late. You're out. You're done, South Point. You're never going to work in this town again.
I'd take them on right this minute. Call me, Michael. What else we got? Do comedy clubs still require 2-drink minimums?
A lot of them do, I think.
Well, they do. They do sometimes in the casinos, but like at Wise Guys, there's a fee, or it's $5 maybe on open mic night, right?
Tuesdays and Wednesdays they have these great open mic nights, and there's a lot of local open micers, myself included, and then there's also a lot of celebrity pop-ins. John Caparulo comes in a lot. Pauly Shore comes in sometimes. There's a lot. Josh Wolf came in recently, who also has a show at the Link. So, you never know who you're going to see on any of those nights.
Yeah, and so they're all different. All right, here's one. Hey, I didn't see the coupon in the book that gives a discount for the yearly fee to LVA. That's because that coupon doesn't exist. we charge $50, man. That's it. And there's like $2,000 worth of value in that book.
Yeah.
And $700 of it is in gambling, and we ain't discounting.
Well, let's talk about next week's episode, because we're going to talk about the actual value of the book. Yeah. Like, there's a mathematical value to this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great value. It's hard. It's hard for me to make people understand, how good it is. Mm-hmm. People come in and they go, why don't you have 100,000 subscribers? We've got like 10,000 or so.
Almost 15 now.
We vacillate between 7 and 15. We go back and forth, whatever. And why don't we have 115,000? In Vegas alone, because everyone can use them all year long. You don't have to be out of town. You don't have to show out a state ID. It's just the way it is. And some people won't. Some people do it. Some people won't. So be it.
So will be it.
I don't care.
Here's one. More drinks for us on Tony. Love your live streams. Recently read the book Comped by Bill Kearney. Good book about the rise and fall of a gambler in Atlantic City.
Oh, you know what? First of all, thank you.
Thank you.
That's another donation.
Super chat. Yeah.
That's great. It pays for the keg.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
it does.
it's fantastic. That book I haven't read. I heard it's good. I heard it's a really good book, and I can't really comment on it because I haven't read it. But yeah, I heard it's a really good inside story. So anyway, that's
all right. Well, cool. Yeah, you got the promo on the book.
How's our time?
15 minutes.
Okay, good.
Can I buy an LVA hat like Andrew's wearing? Yeah, and I got to buy another one because mine's starting to wear out now.
Well, we do have hats,
And,
right? Nobody ever buys those.
It is, yeah. We haven't sold one. I think this is the only one we've sold, and so yeah.
That's the only one we sold to you.
This is the only one we sold. Yeah.
You didn't get
So-
comped on that hat.
Did you buy it?
Well, no, Tanya bought it.
Oh,
So technically, you bought it, but I wear it. But I own it and I wear it. Yeah,
it's a cool hat. Look at that.
I
You got
like it. People
got
tell
the
me all the
regular
time. They go, "I like the hat." And I go,
duck
yeah,
bill
well,
hat.
You go to YouTube and you just buy the hat.
What else? We're supposed to answer questions. What else we got here? You can purchase a gift card for anyone under shop membership. Just what's this? You can purchase a gift card for anyone under. Oh! He's saying you can purchase an LVA gift card by going up to under shop to membership. Just need
like for a gift,
name and email. Yeah. Okay,
for
that's
somebody
cool.
else.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then hands down the best deal in Las Vegas. Seriously, do not miss the book. Oh, that's someone who's
Oh, the
endorsing
number-
what you're saying.
Jace, thanks, Jace.
Well, we met somebody yesterday who was saying, like, yeah, he's like, I won $700 with my LVA book.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he said he spent some time downtown doing, like, hitting a bunch of the coupons.
Yeah, he did. He said he won $700.
Yeah.
That happens to be the number, the EV number. That was just coincidence. And most people aren't going to win 700. I
Right.
mean, the reality is most people are going to win. Probably, certainly, they should win if they play a certain number of them. They're going to win more than the value. I mean, than what they paid for it.
Right.
But there's going to be a great disparity of, you know, the bell curve is going to say some people are going to lose.
Yeah.
You know, some people are going to play all these coupons and actually come out behind and go, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
But not many. I
Right.
mean, you know, you're gonna have 2% are gonna lose, and then you're gonna have
98%
seven more percent who are gonna break even, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna break even, and then the other 91% are going to make money. So
Well, let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about variance. I mean, these are like the very basics of when you study gambling or when you take an interest in gambling. You have to understand that these things are calculated, over infinity.
Yeah.
And, you have variance in your results every time.
well, the reality is that's why casinos exist, is because of variance. Because people will come in playing a game that if they played to infinity, they would never win. They would
Right.
have no chance of winning. But because they've only played for 1 day or 1 hour or a day and a half, they came out ahead.
Mhm.
And now the word spreads. That's why, the best thing a casino can do is win your money. And the second best thing is, have you win their money because you go out and tell everybody about it.
By the way,
I
there's
won at this place, it's
Yeah.
good, whatever.
I tell people at resorts, I say, go to Resorts World all the time. They got great games. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And
you're always promoting them.
I've won money there. And you know what? I will tell you, especially because of what you just said, I want everybody to know, and it's the truth. If I get a big hit, I automatically start betting more. I start, I go, now I'm going crazy.
You're very typical, Andrew. You're very typical of the way you play.
Yeah.
Is that when things are going good, you get happy.
Yeah.
And you go, let's go.
Yeah.
We're partying. No. Very few people really look at it like me, and that I'll play it as long as I think I have an edge, or as long as I will play like the lowest, amount for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm having beers, I still have an edge because they're paying for my beers, right?
Right.
The moment I don't have an edge, I get switched off.
Uh-huh.
I don't care anymore. I don't care if I just hit a royal.
Yeah.
I get switched off. For instance, let's say I hit a progressive royal. I did that.
Yeah.
Right the other day. We were playing at Downtown Grand. The royal on the was positive because of not the royal, but because of the
aces.
The aces with the kicker.
Yeah.
I played it. I wasn't playing it frantically, but I was playing it and having some beers. And I happened to hit it.
Yeah.
And I quit.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
did.
play anymore because I'm not valuable anymore. I didn't feel like I was on a hot streak or anything like that. So people are wired a little differently, but most people are closer to you that they like it and they feel they get on a rush and they want to do it. And,
Yeah.
and that's where the whole psychology of how casinos operate goes. You know?
Yeah, because you're there to win money, but you forget because you get enjoyment and pleasure from playing. You get stuck in the hypnotic rhythm of the game.
Yeah, which is okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's your goal going in. Your goal going in is to have fun in a casino.
Yeah.
This is what you want to do. You love this form of entertainment. What do you want to do? You want to go to a movie
No.
and lose, and lose $15 when you pay it?
Well,
or
you
do
might-
you want to go play video poker and lose $15 and get a beer?
That's right.
It's like what's fun for you?
And you might win your money back at a casino if
And
you
not
see a
a
crappy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not getting your money back no matter what.
All right, what do we got? Let's tag team this. What do we got?
How much did you win with those stacked aces? I think you were $800. Christina, happy weekend. Christina, thank you for watching.
All right, let's see. Jace, break even is still a win for me, especially when I consider breaking even paying for the room, food, fun. My friend got me last year's booking, and we had a great fun basically for free. Yeah, thanks. Jace is my guy, man.
Yeah, totally.
I know, Jace, you got to come in. We got to have you on the show.
Yeah,
Come on
grab
in,
a beer, Jace. That's great.
Andrew, what's your favorite video poker game? Oh my
Oh.
God, I hate to even listen.
OEO, he comments, and thank you because you give great comments all the time. And okay, so right now, obviously, my favorite.
Stack them up.
Yeah, stack them high at
Stack 'em
Resorts
high.
World. The problem is you really have to have bankroll to play it because the money just goes like that. You're talking like the minimum bet is $3 on 10 cent or $5 on 10 cent.
Yeah.
And I mean, but God, if you can stack them high, look at the little short that I posted. It was incredible.
You were getting kind of excited. I was listening to you going, whoa, Andrew's getting excited.
I was, well, first of all, I was drinking a little tequila that night, so my personality was a little more boisterous than normal. But yeah, I can't stop playing Stack 'em High. So right now, that's it. Otherwise, it's just Ultimate X, any sort of video poker with a multiplier. That's something that I like to play.
Okay, here's an interesting one. Here's a question I brought in case we didn't have questions, but we have questions. I just address this real quickly. Because I heard it's not a question, it's a statement. I heard the gambling sports betting bill in California. I heard the California sports betting bill isn't happening.
Yeah. Someone else commented, I think, somewhere earlier in that.
Oh, about what happened there.
They're saying something.
That's correct. That thing, we had talked about it. That I said I knew the guy behind it. I'd worked with him before on All In Magazine. I thought that it was credible. They had a chance to get sports betting going this year. They've withdrawn it. It's not going to. They've withdrawn the proposal, the initiative. It's not going to happen. The reality is the Indians, the big Indian tribes, squelched it. I think. I don't know. I think that it was a good bill. I think that it made sense. It had been. I want to see sports betting in California. I do for a lot of reasons. For business, and I think it's fun. It should be there, but it's not going to happen because the Indians rose up and said, no, and they control gambling. The tribes control gambling in California, and this group is called Eagle One, and Casey Thompson was the guy I know who was behind it. Said if I don't get the support, I'm going to pull out. So he pulled it out. Wow. So now we're looking at California. California sports betting. Maybe not till now. They're saying 2028, with a slight chance there's a window that at 26 something might happen if the tribes. But it becomes clear that you cannot circumvent the tribes. You've got to have the tribes with you, or it just ain't going to happen in California.
Okay.
So anyway, there's the answer to that, to the guy who asked the question.
And as we've observed, the other states in the country seem to be passing these laws very quickly.
Oh gosh, are you kidding? There's like almost 40 or something now.
Yeah.
States, maybe more. I forget. I don't have the number at hand.
So California's a big one, but they're now in the minority.
California's that's the big enchilada, man.
Yeah.
That's the one. You take California almost over all of them put together.
Wow.
So it's going to be amazing. When it gets passed in California, it's going to be a wave of sports betting, just like there was a wave of the growth of poker online. And you're going to see this in California, but it's not going to happen without the tribes being involved, and that it's just been proven, I reckon. Yeah. So anyway, that's what happened. I feel a little bad about it, but that's all right.
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Right?
I need another beer.
Okay.
I think I remember you doing a coupon run on the Travel Channel, Anthony.
Absolutely. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
The two on the Travel Channel The two most shown or brought up things are the coupon run that I did with when I found a dime on the ground. Everyone loved that. And I go, I found a dime on the ground as part of the coupon run. And everyone keeps bringing it up to me, right?
That's hilarious.
And it wasn't set up. I just saw it, right? And the other one was what they call sucker bets. And that was me and Max Rubin playing against one another. And I was supposedly the professor and the smart guy. I was a professor of what Rubin would call propeller head.
Okay.
He says, you propeller heads, you know, whatever. Now, Max Rubin is one of the smartest gamblers in the world. Okay. Right? But he played the square. Right. And he played, so we had a competition on Travel Channel where I did everything the way you're supposed to play.
According to basic strategy.
Yes.
According to the book.
Right. And Max did everything crazy, like a crazy gambler would do, like you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I told
like a guy having fun.
Right.
Yeah.
And Max won.
Okay.
And everyone loved it because Max won. Now, the thing was, I was beating him all the way until the last game, Keno. And Max went crazy going, if I just hit this one Keno ticket, I'm going to win this.
That's hilarious. And playing the stupid, right? But like that's like just as almost as bad or even worse as roulette.
But Max knew, and we told the producers at Travel Channel, we told them, this is a tournament in a small confined amount of time. Yeah. I said, he has the edge because a tournament's all about variance again. Okay. That's why anyone can win at the Downtown Grand. You just bet your money, and if you win, you're going to do good. I go, he has the edge because it's a tournament. I'll be damned if he didn't beat me.
That's hilarious.
On TV. Here I am getting beat on TV again.
Right.
Why does anybody think anything of me? I just get beat on TV.
Well, that's one question that I don't know if you want to answer. But the guy goes, how much of your income comes from gambling? He wants to know. That's I think a top secret intel.
Well, there was a time in my life that almost all of it came from. That's when I played professionally with the groups I played, the teams I played with. Okay. And I mean, I say almost all because the Las Vegas Advisor has been going to some degree since 1984. Yeah. So I always had just a little trickle of some money coming in, but no, all the money I made was from playing and gambling. Yeah. Now, thank you. I would say, less than 1% now. Okay.
Okay. So you gamble for fun, and you know.
Yeah, I don't play big anymore because I can't play big on the tables. I'm not allowed. I don't have time to study sports betting the way I would need to play, and video poker. I don't have time to play video poker. So very small, 1%.
Yeah, and what I would say is, I spend a lot of time in the casino. But I'm definitely not a winner, and I definitely have a good time, and I recognize the need for a legitimate bankroll in order to even be able to play a little bit of money. Because I always say I'm a low roller. Like I come in and I really like,
which is cool. Yeah, which is fine. It's all good. Everyone wants to brag. Look how much I play.
Yeah, if I lose $100, I typically go home. I'm serious.
Sad. Like, you go home sad.
Yeah, mad, sad. But usually a little glad from the alcohol.
But I mean, it's like these people who brag about how much they bet. That's no big deal. Well, you bet. The more you bet without an edge, the dumber you are. Don't tell me. I don't need to hear that. How much you bet. So no. The answer is a very low amount. Okay. I still play I play with an edge every year, and I come out well. But it's not consequential. Yeah.
Let's see. People in California can take the train. Everybody's talking about this this train.
Oh, the bullet train that they want to do. Yeah, they've been trying to do that for 20-some years.
Yeah, we'll see when it happens.
It's starting to sound okay. We'll see. All right, Happy Beer Friday. I don't know how to play video poker, but I see the machines everywhere. Is it worth learning, or should I stick to Keno and Baccarat? Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I saw that question.
That's a good one. I know what you're going to say.
No, learn to play video poker. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Video poker, if you play video poker reasonably well, even in not the best situations, you're going to be playing with a 3%, 4% disadvantage to the casino. You're playing Keno 3 times the disadvantage. You're playing Keno 12%, 9%, 10, 12%.
That's
Get off a Keno.
It's something important to learn because I'm a Keno player, and I know it's bad because what Anthony says is that in the long haul, you're going to lose more money over time. So if you just by playing video poker, you'll lose less over time, and you will get those big hits.
There's an easy way to define it. It's the house edge. Yeah. And we know, when you talk about playing, okay, let's say you're playing a reasonable game with a 3% casino edge at video poker. And let's say that you're not very good at it, so add another 1.5 to that. So you're playing at 4.5% negative. In Keno, you're playing at anywhere from 9 to 14% negative. I'm talking about on the machines.
Right.
Right? You know, if you're playing in the live Keno, which is gone away almost, you know, you're playing at 33% disadvantage, that sort of thing. It's all about where the advantage is the lowest. And Keno is like lightning fast. It's no, you gotta wean yourself off Keno, really.
Yeah.
Baccarat, I mean, Baccarat, a very low house edge, you know, 1%, you know. But where do you find Baccarat? I guess you play, you know, mini Baccarat or something like that, right?
Right. So Baccarat is a better game, a much better game.
Baccarat is a good game to play, but you got to play for higher stakes usually, you know, 10, 20, you know, 20 a hand, whatever at the mini back tables. But you're only playing a disadvantage about, you know, 1.06 or something like that, you know, 1.1.
Yeah.
So, you know, stick with Bach, dump Keno, learn video poker. That'd be my advice.
Yeah, great advice. And I always say the only value to Keno, well, first of all, you get the big pops when you do hit, but it, you know, you'll, like Anthony says, you'll lose money quicker over time. You lose more money playing Keno.
You go like this. Look, here's how you go in Keno.
Yeah.
You go like this. Down, 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 big, down, 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 big, down, 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 big.
Yeah.
But it's going like this.
It's always going down.
Yeah,
over
you're
time.
losing.
Yeah.
And you spike up and you go, whoa.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
And if I can just do that again, and then you don't do that again for 5 months, 7 months, you know, and you're going down, 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 down.
Well, tell your famous story about the guy. He won $30,000 one year playing Keno.
A bartender that I know, that I've known for a long time, came to Vegas. First year, won $30,000 playing Keno.
Yeah.
And in 2 years, he was down 30,000. He lost the 30 and another 30.
Yeah.
And that's the way it works.
Well, that's variance, and it's just the bell
variance
curve
is
over
what
time.
keeps it. The variance is what keeps it up and keeps people excited about playing it because you get winners and you hear about it.
Yeah.
But that's not what's important. Is the casino edge, and it's too high in Keno, and Keno's too fast. It'll kill you, man.
Yeah, and I know it.
How many times you see me play Keno?
Never. Not once.
Not once. In the old days, you would have. You know why?
Why?
Because they had a lot of Keno progressives
You
that
told
would
me.
literally become positive. And I played a lot of Keno in those days with Keno progressives.
Really?
But they're not around much anymore. So are we
I've seen a
done
few.
almost?
Yeah.
Do we have to stop? Do we have any last ones that we want to hit here?
I've seen a few Keno progressives around town, actually, but I don't know the math to like figure out like what a 6-spot positive is, or what a positive 6-spot is.
Yeah, you need some software for that.
Next comedy show. I don't know. A lot of times I get booked like the week of, the day of. I'm just like elevating my level as I go. So hopefully Wise Guys, LA Comedy Club, and Jimmy Kimmel's will continue to book me and give me more spots. But thank you for asking, and I'm working hard on it. So.
Okay, one more thing. All right, we haven't done a Beer Friday in quite a while because it was the end of the year and we were doing the coupon book and all that kind of stuff. These are fun.
Yeah,
I love doing these.
I love them too. No editing.
No editing, no preparation, really.
No preparation.
Get to talk about things, get a buzz.
Yeah, we don't drink beer like during the normal ones.
Yeah, so I mean, this is fun to do. The next one, unless we do one in between, I doubt it. But the next Beer Friday is going to be a leap year Thursday.
Right.
On the 29th of, it's going to be the leap year day on the 29th of February.
Every 4 years, we got a leap.
At the Downtown Grand.
Yeah.
So that's, look at that, more beer money.
All right.
Beer money. You know what?
T.O. Wildcat, thank you. Thank you.
How cool is that? You know what? When you go to Capriati's, one of the best damn sub shops in the world, as far as I'm concerned. I think Capriati. I think it came out of Delaware, and now it's like all over Vegas. It is so good. Their cheesesteaks are the best, right, Tanya?
Yeah.
No, what's the one you eat?
Yeah.
No, you eat the. Don't you like the other one, like the cold turkey or something?
No, I just ordered that for everybody else.
Oh, okay, all right. So Tanya's with me, man. One of the best cheesesteaks, and every time you give them a tip, they go, "Beer money, guys!" They yell, "Beer money!"
That's
it's cool. So this is it, beer money. Thank you.
Yeah, we got some beer money.
And we're not begging it, but we're just acknowledging it. It's like cool. Thanks.
We do have the keg in the office, so it's a lot of fun to have a keg in the office.
So we set.
Yeah, I think so.
So we done?
I think so. I think
I'm getting a little high.
have a great weekend.
I'm getting happier.
Yeah, no, this is beer number 3 for me. And there's I do have to say, I'm going to go to Resorts World after. My friend DJ Backdraft is performing tonight at 11. And he does something really unique where he mixes his DJing with the music videos that you watch. So you DJ, you scratch, and then you also see the music videos in the background. It's going to be at Resorts World, and it's going to be wild tonight.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, good.
So I'll be there.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to everyone out there who's drinking with us.
Yep.
And we done?